Number 16, Elijah Reynolds says, how do I know if I am solidified in my own identity? And do you think it is biblically important for people who walk with you in the faith to understand your identity and who you are as a person? Elijah, I wonder what you mean by identity. Like, I kind of wonder if you had to define the word identity, maybe you could do this like as a little project for yourself. Write out, without looking it up in dictionary, write out the word identity and write out what you think it means for you. Like as you're using it in the sentence, how do I know I'm solidified in my own identity? What do you mean by identity? Because to me, this is fairly simple, but your second question makes me think that it might be more complicated than that. That you might be thinking about personality and likes and dislikes when you say identity. So my identity, I think, refers to who I am, like my nature, and then my personality, likes and dislikes can be parts of that, but it's not the core of that. I think the core of my identity is I am a human. I am a Christian. I'm a male. I mean, I'm not really sure. That's kind of the core of my identity. Now, do the people, you said, do you think it's important for people who walk with you in the faith to understand your identity and who you are as a person? I think they all understand my identity. I think they understand it very quickly. So maybe you mean something more by identity, by that word, since I think they understand. Like, Elijah, you're probably a human male Christian too. So you're like, hey, they do understand my identity. But I feel like relationally, they don't know me that well. Okay, but that doesn't mean they don't understand your identity. I think that you're part of a generation that is currently taking that word identity and stretching its meaning into all sorts of other areas that encompass things like preferences and your own invented identities of gender and things like that. And then it's like you have to come up with all these answers to all these identity questions to be like a full person, and then you have to get everyone else to know about it and to acknowledge it in order for you to be validated as a full person. I think that this is all smoke and mirrors. Like, personally, I'm just saying I don't think that's important. It is important that people who know you well, like, that your family you're close to, your friends you're close to, that they understand your personality more than other people. But your identity is pretty easy stuff, I think. So I'm sorry if I feel like I'm answering the question from one perspective, but you're asking it from another. So we're kind of, I don't want us to talk past each other as I'm trying to do this. Yeah, whether you like gaming or video games or sports, not really part of your identity. Not really. Not in my opinion, anyways. I want my wife to know my preference between playing soccer and playing a video game. But I don't have to feel like anybody else is missing out on some core part of who I am by not knowing that. So I don't think you have to figure out your identity in that sense. Are you solidified in your own identity? Here's the thing. If Jesus is the center of your life and your purpose, you are solidified in your Christian identity. And that's the most important part. And then you just move forward. And you'll always have people in life who don't understand you that well, even loved ones, even your spouse sometimes. That's okay. We don't need everyone to understand us because the Lord understands us, and He's the core of our identity.